o'clock, so we're going to call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Roll call, okay. Commissioner Liz Lasky.
Present.
Vice Chair Andrew Stafford.
Present.
Commissioner Kathy Grabowski.
Here.
Commissioner Jane Shimke.
Here.
And we have Commissioner Nicholas Lucina is absent. Chair Sarah Harless is absent, but she did let us know she was going to be absent, and then we have one vacancy.
Perfect. Public comment on agenda-related items?
No, thank you.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Support.
All right.
All in
Approval?
favor?
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
We have an approval for the meeting minutes from the September 4th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Support. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All right, moving on to unfinished business, the Hackberry Tree Project. So on September 20th, we still held a volunteer day from 9 to about 12. There was great turnout, but just for the public record, we did make a motion in the September meeting that said that we were going to do a project on the hackberry trees, the north side of the channel. That was not executed, and so just for the public record, we need to kind of explain why that didn't come about. And so first and foremost, it was my responsibility the week following our meeting to schedule a walkthrough of that site and create a scope of work. When I reached out to some of the stakeholders we were going to do that walkthrough with, specifically the Conservation District, they were unable to meet and do that walkthrough until October. And in line with that, without having a proper scope of work, what ended up happening is with Commissioner, Council Member Lasky and Chairperson Sarah Harless, thank you, thanks Chief Glass, Harless, kind of came to the conclusion that we needed to pivot to the City Council because there was some talk about wanting to do that project at our last meeting. And so that is how we ended up doing work on City Hall rather than that North Channel Hackberry Tree project. I'm still going to follow through with the Conservation District and DBW to kind of create a scope of work for maybe a future project because I think that's still valuable. But definitely want the Conservation District there. It sounds like they had already done a walkthrough the year prior and may have some information.
Now, why the Conservation District? Because of the river?
More the trees, having an arborist, if there's any work with trees, having the tree commission or not tree commission, but the Conservation District, Josh Shields is their forester and arborist and very, very knowledgeable. And so
The more the merrier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he was a good point of contact. But so that's still hopefully a project we can build the scope out. But I think moving forward to just when we do decide to have a project, to really have a vetting system in which before we make a public motion that we know the scope of work.
Yes.
And so it's understood as to what project we're committing to, what will that look like, what kind of tools might need to be there, and that's all decided within the parameters of that public meeting in which that motion is made, just to adhere to Open Meetings Act and just out of efficiency as well.
Yeah. Well, and within reason too, because some things you don't know till you're.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
So that's really all in the hackberry tree. Does anybody else have anything to add? Okay, moving on to new business, fall project, city beautification. Kind of already talked on that. Liz, I guess, do you have anything to add regarding that scope of work that was executed? And
it worked out well. Thank you to the people that came. Andrew did an amazing job. Jake, you did too. You and Sarah was there, myself, and then Lainey Rezka and Alyssa came. It was an excellent project, and Andrew was drenched. I mean, I think he wasn't prepared for that, and he did an amazing job on the power and the steps. It's one of those projects that you didn't always know what needed to be done until it got done, how bad. And we just did the lower steps for fear of, damaging the upper ones, but took off many years of grime. And also that antique, what do you call that, drainage between the sidewalk and that. Everything was edged all around City Hall. Things that you probably might not have even noticed. The whole City Hall was edged. The drain was power washed also, and it just was a pretty good project. We had, but the windows were cleaned down here as far as getting them out behind the wires. What else, Jane? There was a lot that was done.
Well, some suckers on the trees, and I did do that one on the side, but it slopes like this. So next time I'm gonna have shoes that have grippers in them.
Climate.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But no, the next day I went by and there was a difference, absolutely. It just
Yeah.
looked so much cleaner and important.
And I believe we did get before and after pictures.
Oh, good.
Because I do believe there's an annual report that's required to give to city council, is that correct? And
Yes.
so that might be a good one to target if we have before and after photos of that, to highlight, so. But, yep, if there's no other comments, moving on to.
So thanks.
Yeah, no, it was a great turnout, great project.
And we used the NRBC tools, the edger thing and the shovels, and they were new tools and we used them, so.
So they belong to this commission?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
Not the power washer, we
Okay.
used Sarah's father's, Roger, yours.
Okay.
This commission owns a lot of tools, and if you ever want to take a tour of the tools, I can show them. We have a power backpack. I don't know what else to call it. It's a backpack. It's a leaf blower, super leaf blower, rake, shovels, safety vests, goggles, gloves, power edger, power washer, weed whacker, other stuff.
We didn't use the power edger, we didn't know that, we just used that.
that
little-
made a big
the
difference.
hand one, and then
Yeah.
Alyssa brought hers, so.
That's good to know for
We should
future
know our
projects.
inventory.
Yeah.
Should we get a can of paint or spray paint and do all the handles with our signature color?
That's something that this group can discuss.
I'm kind of serious though. Is there going to be a specific place where that?
Well, they're locked up, right, in a separate spot from DPW's?
Oh, our tools are marked. We've got permanent markers at NRBC on them.
Okay.
They're locked up and down at DPW. Only the police officers have a key to them. The cops don't touch them, I can tell you that. So that's why it's important when we have volunteer projects, someone can coordinate with me where I can deliver them and go back and
Good.
forth. But there's no confusing them with anything else. So. I thought you meant something else. So I thought you.
We can talk about that.
All right, so moving on, the winter project, City Hall beautification. There was discussion at the last meeting to purchase decorations out of the NRBC's budget. I think there was discussion regarding fall decorations, and then that kind of devolved into if there's anything that we could do to beautify City Hall in the winter. Liz, do you have anything to add regarding?
Well, I had kind of thought that we'd do it like Lina Bella for the fall, but I think that moment's passed. I had bought this stuff myself and got rid of some of it. I mean, I thought, oh no, I guess we're not quite ready for that. But we had talked about that in the last 3 meetings. But the winter one, we should make some decisions as this group as to how much we can spend and have a little bit of a plan, which I have somewhat of a plan. And, you know, it's hard to go with your plan until you know what, I mean, we're not gonna do a whole plan and decide it all and then have us say, well, it's $100. So let's get some money, but all pretty simple. And I've got a picture, I can pass this around. Not this elaborate, all it was is basically wreaths that are lit on, and Heather, you're good at this, wreaths that are lit on the doors and, the posts. Are we in the DDA or the city does the bridge and the downtown? Could we just do the posts out on the Maple Street side with the lights and big red bows? Could we just order more of that?
When you say post, just so I can understand you correctly.
Lamp post in front of City Hall, there's.
Oh, I think, okay. Now, you want to decorate them or find power to them? Which,
There is an outlet right behind there, so just wrap them with just do like the light post downtown. The greens with the white lights with the big red bows
I
at
got
the
you.
top.
Okay.
So.
I can get that question. My gut tells me those are controlled by City Hall as they're antique and they're in the picture from the 50s, but I can get an answer for you.
I was just thinking of buying the lights that you plug in, because there is an outlet right there. Just plug just simply wrap the post with greens and lights,
Okay,
not making it too hard. And then a wreath on the door, and then maybe, I know that that's blocked off, but maybe the banister wrap going down. And I don't think you could light the banister, but just wrap it, you know, for like the Christmas weekend. And if we're gonna block it off by that time, and maybe not, depending probably if there's snow or not, just do a garland of greens to wrap it off rather than caution tape for like the Christmas sleigh bell weekend, so it looks nice from the
And that
top.
needs to be done before Christmas week.
Yes, that's why I think we should decide, because it should be done probably November 15th or so. You know, I know they put the lights up early. Do it early so it's done before sleigh bell weekend. So lights on both doors. And then on Washington Street, just put some greens, and I think I could just make those with some help around those. They're beautiful posts on Water Street, those two light posts. If we could just wire some greens up there. And we used to decorate it. Heather, do you remember when it was decorated more up past this? And this was just ChatGPT drew it. This is a little elaborate. They even have lights at the top. And we're not gonna do that. I'm not suggesting that. At the top of the building, they lit the arch on ChatGPT. We don't have to do that. But they have the windows lit. And it made me think, even if we, and I don't know if there's outlets, but on some of those front windows, and it might not work, but I'm throwing out the idea of like those candles in the window or something to really cozy this. It's a beautiful,
We used to always do the candles in the windows of the building. I don't know
Right.
if they still do that. And then DPW always did the trees, always lit the, like the tree on the corner.
I remember that.
But I don't know, the only thing I'm not sure about is doing the banister on Water Street because
Not on
people,
Water.
because people use that to
No,
come in.
I didn't
Okay.
think we'd do water. I just thought, we wouldn't do that. I just thought maybe do the front one, because people,
Yeah, because we block that off.
Yes.
With a chain. We have like a chain.
okay, so it's not
yeah.
caution.
It is not caution tape,
Okay,
it's a chain.
good.
could it be a Christmas chain?
Could it be, what?
A Christmas chain?
It's a yellow chain.
For all seasons?
I believe it's a yellow chain, but you could probably actually connect the greenery to that, I would think.
So what I'm hearing is, question number one, do the poles have power? Verify they have power is question number one. My recommendation is if this commission, wants to purchase anything, those would need to be approved probably the November meeting and have specific purchases. So here's an example. We'd like to spend $47 on Amazon for these Christmas lights. That's just an example. Be very specific so everyone knows what we're spending it on. But I want to reemphasize, don't discount donations. There might be organizations out there that are willing to donate bows or wreaths or whatever. So just my advice, don't discount that as well. But I can certainly find out if the outlets work on the.
Yeah, let's find out if the outlets work.
I
And then,
can, because if you're talking about garland, the DDA, we buy the garland for the bridges in downtown. And so I can get you the company we go through, I think it's Wheezy's, that we buy it from. But we've already ordered. For
Okay.
example, like we order it this far in advance because it
Perfect.
takes them that long
Yes.
to make sure that they have it. And so that would be something that,
we can order our own, but.
well, yeah,
it should
let's get a
match.
quote. You can get a quote, and so I think what's important to Chief Glass's point, let's identify what areas that we actually wanna cover, confirm that they're coverable, right? Whether it's a handrail or the chain going across, and then maybe give a rough estimate of, okay, how many feet is that in garland if we're looking to wrap it? And then at the next meeting, come forward, and then we actually have that hard list of, okay, this is what our quote is, and we can get that in
Okay.
right afterwards. I think that's the best way to go
That's
about it.
perfect.
Because I'm with Chief Glass on that.
I understand.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Do you want me to check on that garland at Weezy's?
Yeah, well, I can get you the contact information that we use.
Is it Marcy?
I would have to double check.
Okay.
Nicole's the one who really organizes
Okay,
all of that,
perfect.
but I can get you the contact.
Perfect,
Now,
okay.
Just a question in regards to the garlands. Are those on wire or are they on like a string? What
Like a rope. Sometimes they do them on
Oh,
rope.
that's not twine. Or are they on like a twine, or you don't know?
I couldn't answer that. I don't believe, they're not on wire to my understanding. I don't know how they construct them. That would be probably, DPW is the one who actually aims them. So I bet DPW would know, but
Yeah.
I can look into that as well. They probably have it in their quote that they give to the DDA.
Right.
Heather, do you want to check on the candles, or do you automatically always do that?
I can check on that for
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, and if we're missing some, we could maybe buy enough that we have, and those, some of that, like the candles you can use year after year, so, okay.
And replacements, so that if one does burn out, it can be replaced immediately.
Yeah. I think
Just so
that-
we're clear, we're all talking about battery operated candles, just for my own clarity.
Yeah, the ones that they used to have in City Hall, I think that the manager's office actually has them, and they're battery-operated candles that go in the windows, so.
That's just perfect.
And
So-
I
Get some new
think they
batteries.
only went in the upper ones, though. I think they were only in the upper windows, is only,
Up here?
in the, I think they only went in the second floor. I'm not sure how many they had, so I'll have to check with.
Let's check with that, because it would be
Okay.
very pretty to really accent this building, because it is a beautiful building.
Yep, and so just to recap, at the next meeting, come forward
Yes.
with the quotes and materials that we actually want to purchase. And then if there's anything outside that scope, it's either gonna be donated or personal funds be used. Everything that the NRBC is gonna buy would be presented at the next November meeting, just so everybody's on the same page.
And then we should, at the November 1, set a work date to put the stuff up.
And then the two of you are the ones who are doing research, so to speak, as far as,
But if anybody
Where-
wants
where-
input, that's a great,
Yep.
we're open to input of
oh, sure.
ideas.
Yep,
of
it just has to be ready in a timely
It has to be
manner to
ready
make
by
sure
the
that
next
Heather
meeting.
can have it, to make sure that it's actually in our meeting packets. And so if we get it by, let's say, the last week, before the last week of October, would be preferable, and then that gives a lot of leeway to actually get it to the city so they can make our packets.
Okay.
And so I guess, any other comments on winter project? No, moving on, so the approval of the 2026 meeting dates, that was provided in our agenda packets. As you can see, practically every meeting but two are on our normal first Thursday at 4, outside of January and July. January is due to New Year's being the first, and then July is in respect to the Forest Festival, 4th of July holiday there. Heather, is there anything to add to that?
No, I just moved that July one because you ended up changing that after the fact in a meeting, so I thought you might just want to preempt, proactively do that this time. It's up to the up to the commission if you want to do that. But this year you did change that date, so I thought that'd probably be a good thing to do.
Right, and so that will require a motion, so do I have a motion for approval of the 2026 meeting dates as presented?
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
I,
Right. All right, moving on, public comment.
One day Kathy has a new phone, so she's right at this part.
Excuse me.
I didn't get the text, cause I had an old phone and it didn't come up. So I don't know, Heather, is it you? I can come one day and will you make sure my email's working?
Well, your email is sent to your city email address.
Yeah, that's the one ain't working.
I'm sorry?
That's the one I can't get to come up on my phone.
So what you're saying is you need help to access your city email on your cellular device, on your cell phone, right?
Please.
Okay.
That's probably an Ed Bradford thing, because I'm not real tech savvy in that kind of thing.
Okay,
I'll get with them, see what we can figure
Yeah.
out.
thank you.
Right, if there's no public comment, go to the order. Liz?
No, I think it was good. I
All
think
right.
we're moving forward.
Perfect. Kathy, anything?
Is that a picture of our city hall?
Yeah, that ChatGPT, they.
but that's quite a while ago, because the trees are different from.
Yeah, it's a while, well, somewhat while.
That's an AI generated photo, right?
AI generated
Yeah,
photo.
that's AI generated. Yeah, that's not,
Yeah, it's AI
Yeah.
ChatGPT put together the decorating, you know?
I kind of thought it was too much, to tell you
Oh,
the
they
truth.
have a list. They actually generated a supply list. I mean, it's like, okay.
I think that's just gorgeous.
I do too. If we,
I think
this
it's
is a
kinda
little
too
more than
much.
what we, yeah, this is more than what we're gonna do. We're definitely not gonna light the third at this point.
We can critique it this year. Once
Yeah,
it's
we're
done,
just-
we'll decide
we're just
we won't
starting
do
with
that
the small
again, or
parts.
we'll, yeah.
Well, I have no idea who has this barber shop across the street. Looks so nice all
Yeah.
the time.
Yes.
It does.
The way they
Yes, it
decorate for
does.
Christmas and yeah, if we could get this whole block here,
Oh, that'd be great.
you know, to
Well,
be.
any of the plantings,
Yeah.
they're all so beautiful, and there's so many things to choose
Yeah.
from today, too.
Yep.
And then everybody walks back home by way of Maple or a good percentage.
And this is really used once, you know, when they're working on the highway for whatever, 2 years or a year. Everybody, we're gonna have a lot of people going by here, so.
Jane, do you have anything specifically for good of the order?
No.
Okay. So do I have a motion motion to adjourn? Do
Yes, motion.
I have a second?
I'll support that.
All right, all in favor?
In favor, yes.
Oh, yes, perfect.
Yes.